Hello everybody, I hope you are well. This is Magic Moments Tarot with Rose. I'm Rose. I'm just going to say a quick prayer and then we're going to get right into it. O cosmic divinity of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our beings and carve out within us a space where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission, so that we bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and to share what each being needs to grow and to flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us, as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which will divert us from our true purpose, and illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground, the fruitful vision, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all are gathered and made whole once again. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. I got my ghost box on and it just says coffee talk and then it says verbal radical. Is that so? Alright. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to do our animal energies for this reading and see how it goes. Mother and Father God, angels, ancestors, and spirits of the highest white light, please guide my reading, my thoughts, and my sight, so my messages find all who need them tonight. Let the messages guide them to do what is right, and block anything that is not of the light. In the name of Yahuwah I pray, it is done, it is done, it is done. Okie dokie pokey. So, I hope everybody is doing really well. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the latest on the Diddy stuff, but oh my god, the tea is piping hot. I am so glad he is finally being held accountable. I am so glad because I know that he is one cog in the wheel and that once he goes down, all the dominoes are going to fall with him, and I'm so freaking glad to finally see it. I have been waiting for this, God, since like 2001. I couldn't be more excited. I really couldn't be more excited. So excited. We have grasshopper in the reverse. Okay, so... Oh, okay, all right. We have duck. Duck in the upright. We have bees in the reverse. Oh, geez, dolphin in the reverse. Good Lord, moose in the reverse. Black crow? Oh no, that's really bad. Ladybug, elephant, and we have butterfly. So ladybug, duck, elephant, and butterfly in the good energy. And in the bad energy, we have the crow, the moose, the dolphin, the bee, and the grasshopper. Oh, this is really, really not good energy. So, the moose in the reverse, I don't know if you live in Canada, then you're well aware, but if you don't, you might not be so aware. Moose are extremely dangerous animals. They are much bigger. Everybody thinks they're like the size of deers. No. They're more like the size of a Mack truck. They're massive, okay? The smallest deer I've ever seen towered over me. Towered. I was told, okay, so the first time I seen a deer, I was sitting in a, like, you know, a trucker's truck, like a rig. Do you know how high it was? I needed a ladder to get into the thing, okay, because they're so high off the ground. And he actually had to get a step stool for me to get up into the truck. That's how tall it was, okay? And when I was sitting in the window, I asked him, I was like, how tall am I at the window, okay? The top of my head when I was sitting at the window was like 7 feet. When I tell you the first time I saw a moose, I was staring at him in his eyeball, and I'm 7 feet off the fucking ground, and he's like, that's just a baby. That's just a baby. I was like, you have got to be shitting me. I thought they were the same. I lived in southern Ontario, okay, very city girl. I'd never sort of been in northern Ontario. Well, I had, but not anywhere where there was a lot of moose around. And, man, let me tell you, these things are massive. He was in a 90-ton rig. 90 tons. That's how much... Or was it 90 tons or 90,000 pounds he was driving? I can't remember. But it was like one of those double ones that it's got like 2 massive trailers on the back of it. And he was carrying these metal discs or whatever. I don't know what the hell they were, but it was taking us forever. And I said, how much is on the rig right now? And he said 90,000. I don't know if that's pounds or if that was tons. I have no idea. But there was a bull moose stopped in the road, and he stopped the car. He stopped the truck. And I said, why don't you just honk and keep going? He said, that thing can take out my truck. Are you kidding me? I said, you're driving a 90-ton rig. He goes, yeah, and he will fuck it up. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. They are nasty beasts. And he said, like, they're extremely temperamental. And I found out that they really, really are. They are extremely temperamental. They're very, very, they will fuck you up. So, we're dealing with a personality who's someone who's very temperamental. Okay? Bullying energy, very temperamental. When we have the dolphin in the reverse, the dolphin in reverse stands for someone who is someone who doesn't mind forcing themselves on people in the bedroom. Okay? And someone who also indulges. Okay? So this was probably someone who has some sort of an addiction. Okay? Because dolphins, are one of the very few animals in the animal kingdom that actually will go out of their way to get drunk. I think it's like jellyfish or something. They get high off jellyfish or some shit like that. And they're known to be very grapey. Especially with humans. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just picturing it in my head. So I can giggle. I'm sorry. Okay, we're being serious now. The Black Crow energy in the reverse, again, Black Crows hang out in murders. Black Crow in the reverse is someone who either unalives people on a regular, is wanting to unalive someone, or a harbinger of death, okay? So we have death energy, we have bully energy, and then we have rapist slash addict energy. Those are horrible energies to have on the board, okay? And we have the grasshopper. The grasshopper in reverse is that. Remember the tale about the grasshopper and the ant? The grasshopper spent all summer playing, and didn't really plan for the future. And the ant spent all summer toiling away, and the grasshopper was like, oh, you're not having any fun, why don't you have any fun? And, it came to winter, and the grasshopper was, had nowhere to go, and had no food, and had nothing to do. Had nowhere to stay, and he didn't know what to do. And but the ant was fine, because the ant spent the summer working and saving, and so he was able to survive throughout the winter, and the grasshopper wasn't able to survive. So that's sort of the energy we have here. Someone very irresponsible. We just got the word demon on the ghost box, so yikes. Bees. Okay, so a bee in the reverse is someone who stings everybody that they meet. Okay, it's more of like a wasp energy. They're definitely, this is like a group mindset, so they definitely have like a hive mind. They all sort of think alike. They hang out with people who all sort of think like them. Hyena in the reverse is these people are not laughing anymore. It means they were laughing at one point in time, and they are not anymore. This is not funny. They are not happy. They are usually pretty pissed off, okay? Hyena energy is never really good. Even in the upright, it's not the greatest energy, because they tend to, hyenas are the animal that pick off the killings of others, right? So when someone else goes and gets a meal, they'll just wait and then steal the meal off of them and eat, right? So in the upright, they're not the greatest energy. In the reverse, they're worse, okay? So not only do they constantly live off of other people, but they're not even good-hearted about it anymore. Nothing is, they're very serious, they're very mean-hearted. There's no laughter in them anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so then we have ladybug, duck, elephant, and butterfly on the positive energy side. The positive energy side, ladybugs are important. They help keep your garden clean. They get rid of pests. They get rid of, they eat those, oh my god, why can I never remember the name of them? Aphids, frig. Aphids, they eat aphids off of your flowers so that they can bloom. They make your garden bloom better. Okay, they keep your garden healthy. So a ladybug personality is someone who is really good at helping people blossom into the best versions of themselves. A duck is someone who works very, very hard, and even when they're struggling, they don't let other people see that they're struggling, because it's like that whole concept of the duck is swimming and they're smooth on top of the water. You can't tell that underneath they're pedaling like the Dickens, right? So this is someone where, like, even when they're going through a tough time, they're not going to take it out on you. They're not going to show it. They're not going to be, they sort of, someone who sort of keeps their struggles to their own, to themselves, okay? Then we have the elephant. The elephant is extremely strong. This is someone with a long memory, and this is someone who's extremely tight-knit with their family or with their friends or with their soul tribe or whatever you want to call it, okay? This is someone who is extremely loyal as well. And then we have the butterfly. The butterfly is someone who has gone through a transformation. So the butterfly is someone who has literally put a death to their old selves and was reborn as someone brand new, okay? So this is someone who's gone through an awakening. This is someone who has looked at all the bad parts of themselves, decided, I don't want to be that person anymore, and then actually did the work and made the changes. And they're not that person anymore. They literally changed who they were. That's what an awakening is. It's going through all the parts of yourself that you don't like, taking ownership of that, and then doing what you need to do to change that in yourself, right? Okay, so those are the energies that we are dealing with today. This is, this side of the board is, these three combined, I can see why we just got the word convict. I can see why the box said demon, because that would be very demonic energy. The crow, the moose, and the dolphin in reverse. That's a very demonic energy in this deck, okay? Convict, yes, is probably, and being as this person is so temperamental, this person doesn't mind forcing people to do things. We have the death energy. They're part of a murder, so and a group of people who all have a hive mind. Like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they were, had people who had spent time in the slammer at all, actually. Okay, so we're going to get some arcana, the arcana of astrology deck out and see what this has to say about the situations. We got Juno. Anything else? Spirit. Juno. I do actually plan on doing a better version of this deck, but I just haven't had the materials to do it yet, so I'm going to wait until I can get the right stuff. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. There's also other animals I'd like to add to the deck. I just, again, haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So yeah, pardon the drawings. I'm trying to do, I will do them better. Well, I'm pretty proud of my hyena, man. I did not know how to draw a hyena at all. I'd never drawn one before, and I was like, how in the hell do you draw a hyena? I looked at a picture of one, and I'm like, oh, alright. And I kind of just doodled one, and I was like, oh, actually looks pretty good for not knowing what the hell I'm doing. Okay, and then we have Gemini, second house, Mars, and Virgo. Gemini, second house, Mars, and Virgo. Alright, so let's see. What does the Arcana have to say about this? Hold on, let me put all the signs together. We have Gemini and Virgo, and then we have Juno, Saturn, Mars, and then second house. Let's go to the contents here. Gemini and Virgo, so we have 20 and 26, 20 and 26, 20 and 26. Interestingly enough, when I turned on the box today, the first words out were MK Ultra, which is a program that was run back in, I think, the 70s, 60s or 70s, that played with mind control, and they did so by basically breaking people's minds. So they would literally cause someone to get dissociative identity disorder, or less. That's what it's known as now. It's actually used to be called multiple personality disorder. And the reason they would do that, they would purposely cause that to happen in a person's brain, was because they would use keys, codes, and triggers to unlock certain personalities, and those personalities would be used to do certain things or pass messages along and blah, blah, blah. And then they would use those same keys, codes, and triggers to lock those personalities away so that they were only accessible to certain people who had the keys, codes, or triggers, right? It's kind of like creating the perfect spy. But in order to split someone's brain, first of all, it has to happen before they turn 11 years old. Okay, so they were doing this to children, okay? And and in order to do that, they had to traumatize the brain severely, okay? And that was what that was the knowledge they ended up with. They started off by doing all kinds of horrific experiments, and before they were even able to figure that much out, okay? And then everybody thinks that the program was halted. It was definitely not. Most definitely it was not halted at all. It was not halted. There's still people around today who are under the influence of MK Ultra. It's a horrible, horrible program that was run by the government, and I hope to God it gets shut down soon. So that was literally the first word that came up on the screen when I turned on the box, and I was just like, well then, interesting, okay. Taxes, yeah. The ghost box just said taxes. That's where a lot of your taxpayer money is going. Remember when Rumsfeld was going before the Senate and telling them about the 2-point-something billion that they couldn't account for in the budget? That's some of where it went. Then it just so happened the next day that 9/11 happened, and everyone forgot about the budget problem. Convenient, huh? Anyway, Gemini, in a reading. Your ability to adapt to new situations is going to be your greatest strength right now. A wave of change is coming your way, and at times you may feel like this isn't progress, but it is. Sometimes staying afloat is the goal. Life isn't always about getting from point A to point B. You will need to rely on your networking and social skills to get something done in the near future. So Gemini is here as a little nudge in that direction. Evaluate the connections you have. Are you maintaining them? Are you offering something or just taking? People remember these interactions. Okay, Gemini. Now we have Virgo is 26. Virgo. In a reading, Virgo means it's time to loosen up. It's time to tie up loose ends in your life. Incomplete projects need to be finished. People who don't appreciate your value have to go. And family who don't respect your boundaries need to be reminded of them. Your needs must take priority before you can think of everyone else. Virgo may also be here to teach you how to express yourself constructively. Don't wait to share how you are feeling until it is too late. Letting resentment build until it explodes is unhealthy and damaging. Orange. As soon as I saw the word orange, I thought Agent Orange. Another wonderful little government experiment on people. Okay. Someone needs to work on their communication with other people, and someone needs to work on maintaining the relationships. So making sure that you're going out of your way to talk to the people in your life, interact with the people in your life, and don't just call them when you need them, right? So now we have the second house. Let's go with the second house. 71. Did 71. In a reading, if you get the second house in a reading, it's time to get your finances in order. Overindulging in material things due to stress will catch up with you and leave you scrambling to pay your bills. Alternatively, if you have been short on cash and struggling, this is about to change. Expect a pay raise or some type of windfall to come your way. Sometimes the second house means that you are pushing your beliefs onto other people against their will. Nothing in life is one size fits all, and what works for you may not work for someone else. We just got Jeremiah, and I was just at page 71, so maybe Jeremiah 7:1, chapter 7, verse 1 might be significant. I have no idea. The name Jeremiah might be significant. Okay, Juno, Mars, where are we here? Mars, Saturn. We have 56 and 60. 56 and 60. Okay, Mars. The appearance of Mars can mean, in a reading, can mean that you need to be more confident in a situation. If you have been sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else get the things you want, now is the time to step up. We know that being overly pushy and combative is damaging, but being a spectator in your own life is just as bad. Putting on a brave face, even if inside you are terrified, is helpful. Strength comes in many different forms. And this is what I say all the time. Courage isn't not being afraid or, oh, I'm going to go into it and I'm not afraid. That is not courage. Courage is having the fear and doing it anyway. That's what takes courage. Okay? So be courageous is what it's saying. Strength comes in many different forms. Mars can also mean we are suffering from tunnel vision. Putting all your focus into one thing isn't healthy. Whether it is a romantic partner, your career, or a hobby, letting your other commitments fall by the wayside damages them in the long run. If you need a push physically to start something, the red planet can give you a boost of energy. But be sure to actually follow through on what you begin. The key words for Mars are aggression, divine masculinity, bravery, force, energy, temper, and assertion. All right. Excuse me. Saturn was 60. In a reading, 2 steps forward and 1 step back is the slogan for Saturn. If he is showing up for you, you are probably in the midst of a major life test. It can feel like no matter what you do, you just can't get ahead. This isn't actually the case. You are moving forward, but Saturn just likes to make sure that you are certain of your direction. Are you making responsible choices? Are you utilizing your tools to the best of your ability? Make sure you are clear about these things because you will have a final exam. If you are going through a period of chaos and confusion, you need to look to Saturn for advice. What areas of your life can you organize and restructure? What behaviors are no longer serving your best interests? If you can effectively let go of the things that are holding you back, you will have more time to focus on your major goals and aspirations. Keywords: restriction, wealth, oppression, work, lessons, resilience, karma, processes, structure, and order. And we got Juno. Juno is an asteroid, so that's 86. 86. Excuse me. When Juno appears in a reading, it is time to take a look at your relationship and evaluate what is working and what is not. Make sure your focus is not only on the history of the relationship, but also the possible future of it. Juno never makes a flippant or sudden decision. She looks at every possible angle of a situation. It's the perfect time to make a list of pros, cons, or indiscretions. Is your partner meeting your needs? Are you meeting their needs? If your partner strives for stability and you want excitement, how are you going to balance these desires? If you are not partnered up, this is a great time to do some self-reflection on what you bring to the table. the boundaries you want to set, or even if you want to be in a romantic relationship at all. Keywords are commitment, trust, equality, support, cooperation, infidelity, possessiveness, jealousy, imbalance, and oppression. Okay, so those are the energies that we are working with right now. Those are the advice that the cosmos are handing out. So if any of that advice applies to you, I hope that you take it seriously and do what you need to do. Because goodness knows, no one's going to do the work for you. And if you don't do the work, you're not really going to get anywhere, are you? And I'm saying that as much to myself as I am to anybody else. So no judgment here, I promise. Okay. We have creed. Yeah, creed. That might be a creed in life. Do the work. Alright, so let's get to the tarot deck, shall we? Partial. You know what? Since we have the butterfly out, we are going to do the chosen. The chosen deck, because the butterfly represents awakening. So this is someone who's gone through an awakening of some kind. Let's see. Sage your space. Okay. Someone needs to sage their space. Negative energies or entities around. So we have someone who's super strong, someone with a very long memory, someone who has awakened and done the dark side, or done their shadow work. Someone who helps people to bloom into the best version of themselves, and someone who doesn't let their struggles show. They don't take the crap out on other people. When I saw this energy, I immediately thought, this has got to be, it's got to be a chosen one energy, an archangel energy. So, ancient divine blood, your name holds power, dreams are coming true, and you have the gift of courage. There you go. Okay. So someone here has ancient divine blood. Your name holds power, which is very interesting. Dreams are coming true. And they have the gift of courage. Okay. Sweet. Interesting too that I brought up the definition of courage is being afraid and doing it anyway. Right? I don't know, the weird thing happened to me is when I had my awakening, as it were, I stopped being afraid. And I don't know why, and I feel like I probably should be, but I'm not. I should be, but I'm not. I don't know why. Like, I just don't know why. I used to be so anxious all the time, and I just don't feel that anymore at all. I am so completely confident in the fact that God and my angels and my ancestors have my back. I'm just not afraid at all. Judgment Day is for your enemies. Okie dokie pokey. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? So whoever has been doing you wrong, judgment has been called on the situation. Ooh, we're dealing with a starseed. A starseed who has had a rebirth, exactly, and that's exactly what the butterfly stands for. And they have a big mission on Earth. Wow. That's awesome. All right. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Whoops. A light worker. Okay, I figured as much. Yeah, this is a light worker. So this is someone who carries the light. They're helping to increase the frequency on the planet. Spell work, and it wanted to turn upside down. I stopped it from falling off the table. So someone has been doing some negative spell work, which is probably why you need to sage your space. So we got dark magic happening here. Again, it doesn't surprise me, because whenever we have chosen one's energy, we have freaking dark magic happening, because, you know, I don't know why, but people are dicks like that. Excuse my French. And again, it doesn't surprise me at all because of the energy that we pulled over here. I said it's demonic energy, so it wouldn't terribly surprise me if they were doing dark spell work at all. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you'd like to say, Spirit? We have enemies. And it said, and it was enemies in reverse. So the enemies, your enemies are, you don't have to worry about having enemies. In other words, they are, what's the word? They're, I don't want to say what I want to say. They will be gone soon. You don't have to worry about it, okay? They're being dealt with. They're either turning over to the point where they're not your enemies anymore, like suddenly they respect you, or they are literally being gotten rid of. Like, they're being dealt with. You're not going to have, in other words, you're not going to have these enemies for much longer. Trauma. Yeah. They're going to go through some pretty bad, they're going to be too busy with their own trauma in their lives right now to be messing with you. And they may have actually caused you trauma, which is probably why they're going to be going through the crap that they're going to be going through. Caught. We just got the word caught. They've been caught. Oh, they're going to get caught. Oh, okay. They're going to get caught. Or they have been caught. Interesting. Interesting. Black sheep. Light workers are always the black sheep of the family, aren't they? They're always the one that the family ostracizes the most. I just heard they're not like us. They're not like us. God's ambassador, shaman, and divine protection and intervention. Holy shit balls. Shaman. That's a healer. God's ambassador, divine protection, and intervention. Wow. So this is some really big, do not worry on the bottom of the deck. This is some really big energy here. No wonder they pulled such good animal cards. Okay. Okay. With the Mars card out, I feel like as soon as I see the Mars card, I think of war. So I feel like there's definitely a clash going on between these two parties. Let's pull out the clarifying deck and see what we get today, because I feel like this is the deck that needs to be pulled here. Okay, spirits, ancestors, angels, and spirits, and entities of the highest white light. Please come in and give us some clarity on this situation. This deck is hard to shuffle because it's so bloody big. We have female. Okay, and it's in the upright. So I'm going to assume she belongs over here. And then we got lust, and we got beach. Bareback, inconsiderate, and beach. Huh. Sex on the beach is like literally what's coming to my head is someone had sex on the beach bareback. Sex on the beach bareback. That's literally what's coming to my head. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Beach and bareback. Inconsiderate. That picture is so gross. And I know it's probably just icing or something, but it's so gross to look at. You guys seen this picture? I'll show you the picture. It looks so disgusting. Every time I look at it, it just makes me want to gag. Okay, anyway. Back to business. Okay, we have female and then we have lust and beach. So someone is lusting after this female. We have new love, learning each other, flirtations, new boo. Okay, so lust, greed, bareback, and inconsiderate is not a good energy, okay? This new boo energy could be good, but I feel like it's coming out with female, then it comes out with these two energies, and then right after it is this energy. Like, this is someone who I don't know, I feel like this is someone who's going to come in pretending to be honorable, but they're not. Like, they're going to come in and be like, I want to be your new girl, I love you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Presenting, like, this wonderful, brand new opportunity for love, but really they're greedy and inconsiderate. And this beach energy just looks creepy, because this person's alone on the beach. There's all this, like, red, I don't know what the hell that is, at the edge of the water. And then it's just like a man in full clothing. Like, it's not even like he's wearing beach clothes. Like, he's got pants and shoes and a coat on. And he's staring into this storm on the beach. Like, I just don't feel good energy off of that. Manufacturer. The word manufacturer just came up on the ghost box. And what I just heard in my head is manufacturer of lies. What fucking just came out? I knew it! I knew it! He's a lying son of a gun. Yeah, someone's coming along who's a complete fraud. And with him standing at the bank machine there too, he might even be trying to steal off of you. So be careful, ladies. Be careful. We have imprisonment. Remember what I said? That he's the word caught came out on the machine? This person's going to get caught. They're going to prison. Clown. Yeah, clown. I agree with you. I agree with you, Spirit. They're definitely a clown. Okay. Ooh, we have squad in reverse. So this is someone who may be attached to an old squad that you hang out with, and these people might be people who pretended to be your friends, but they weren't. They were really your enemies. We have faked death in the reverse. What does faked death in the reverse mean? So real death? Oh, and it came over and it landed on Judgment Day for your enemies. Oh, shit. I'm wondering if someone's karma isn't going to be death. Wow, okay. So maybe this is someone... Okay, so maybe this was a situation where you already were with this person, like you had dated this person before, and they, maybe this person already stole from you, and you found out that they were a fraud and you left the situation. We have surveillance in reverse. So, the hell does that mean? You're not watching anymore? Or you're not, maybe you're not watching them. Surveillance in reverse. Surveillance in reverse, I mean, it suggests that there was surveillance at one point in time, but there's not anymore. I don't know. Maybe they were watching you at one point in time, but they're not anymore. Or it's about to end. Okay, what is going on here, Spirit? Can we get a little bit more clarity here? So someone is going to jail for fraud of some kind. Okay, and they're standing at a bank machine, so I'm assuming it's money fraud. We also got the word greed out here, so you know that with the fraud thing at the bank machine, I feel like this is a money issue. Okay. Then with this greed, bareback, inconsiderate energy, and then this new love coming in, this person was someone that was pretending to be with you or pretending to date you, but really they were just there to fuck you over. I don't know how else to say that right now. Then we have imprisonment and we have hidden. Okay? Hidden. So what is hidden? Surveillance. Oh, this hidden surveillance stopped, maybe? And it's interesting too because look, it looks like it's just this little guy and he's got these little eyes and he's staring. So maybe someone was spying on you, but they're not anymore. They can't anymore. Or maybe they're not going to be spying on you anymore because they're in prison. Right? So this is someone who probably was at one point in time spying on you, but they won't be able to anymore because they will be in prison. Either that or I don't know, either that or the surveillance is hidden now somehow, like before it was obvious and now it's not. I have no idea what is going on with this energy, Spirit. Sometimes these clarification question cards leave me with more questions than they do answers. We have penny pinching in reverse. Okay, so penny pinching in reverse is someone who is not saving their money, someone who is spending in the upright. Penny pinching is financial struggle, saving up, and budgeting. Okay, so this is someone who is, it's like the little ant energy. They're saving up their money, they're preparing for winter, they're saving up for later. In the reverse, this is someone who's spending recklessly. Okay, so these people may have stolen some sort of funds, and they just blew it. They blew the money, and they really have nothing to show for it now. C'est possible. Anyways, let's see. You have liftoff in the reverse, fast action, progression forward. The wait is over. Someone has to wait for something. We just got the word drunk on the box. These people, oh, they might have spent their money on drinking and drugs, etc. Something, they have to wait for something. Something has been delayed. There's been some sort of a delay. I don't know what's going on with that, but there has been, oh, this is driving me crazy. There's been some sort of a delay. They're not getting something. Something's not happening the way they want it to. Okay, then we have sipping, nosy, spreading rumors, and gossiping. Someone is in a relationship. We have a male in reverse, and then we have death. Damn. Okay, so this person, you may have already dated this person, and this person may have already had a partner when they were with you. But they didn't tell you that. They pretended they were single, okay? This person has been gossiping. You'll know that this is about you because you'll know that this person has been gossiping about you and just talking all kinds of shit, throwing dirt on your name, blah-de-blah-de-blah, right? Okay, so this is someone that you've dated. Somehow or another, they've managed to rob you of some sort of money. There was some sort of money involved in the situation and some sort of fraud that had to do with money. There's a masculine here, And remember when I said faked death is in the reverse? Okay, so that means real death. And now we've just pulled out masculine and death together, and the masculine is in the reverse. So there is a masculine who is literally going to pass away in this energy right now. Okay. So there's a masculine going to pass away. Wow. Now you know why the enemy card is in the reverse. Because they're not going to be your enemy for much longer. They're not even going to be around to be your enemy. We have wooded area. Wooded area. Maybe this person lives in a wooded area. Maybe you live in a wooded area. Maybe there's something, I don't know what that means. Spirit, what does wooded area mean? We got beach and wooded area. What do they mean, Spirit? What does beach and wooded area mean? Maybe they live near a beach. Maybe you live near a beach. Maybe there's a wooded area and a beach near where you live. Maybe there's just like a body of water and a wooded area near where you live. Or where they live. I don't freaking know. Someone is drunk though. Someone is drinking an awful lot. We did get the word trauma out here, and when we were talking about that abuse and the, you know, the raping and the murder energy, I'm wondering if this person didn't want you dead, because if karma is coming for them and the karma is in the form of death, they had to have done something pretty freaking bad. We have chained codependency, unhealthy attachment weighed down. Yeah, this person is codependent on, probably on the person that they're with, and they're probably very dependent on them because they're a supply of some kind. Right, so we're talking either a narcissistic supply, maybe they supply them with drugs, maybe they supply them with company, maybe they just supply them with sex, who knows. Either way, they're in a codependent relationship right now with someone. They feel chained to the situation, okay? And they may very well be. They may be chained to their karma. They may not be able to undo this because judgment has already been called. So there's really not a whole lot that they can do. They might be able to lessen the harshness of the judgment by trying to do the right thing, but I highly doubt they're going to escape whatever this is, because, I mean, again, if judgment has already been called, then they've had 1,000,010 chances. God extends a lot of grace before he'll condemn you. A lot of grace, meaning they were warned time and time and time again. They were given years of chances. They were given tons and tons and tons of chances to do the right thing, and they consistently did the wrong thing. Heart to heart, yeah. Okay, so it says deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. This person is a liar. This person does not speak from the heart. This person has no, does not have the ability to be vulnerable and honest in a relationship, okay? So this person just basically has people around for whatever he can get out of them, okay? So if he's keeping a girl around, it's because she supplies him with drugs, she supplies him with this, she supplies him with that, and she puts up with his crap, right? So someone who, you know, they enable them. Like, I want to live the lifestyle I want to live, and you're allowing me to do it, and you let me get away with murder, so I keep you around, but that's the only reason I keep you around kind of shit, right? Again, what does this wooded area stuff have to do with anything, Spirit? What does wooded area have to do? We have outer space in reverse. Wooded area. Outer space in reverse. Outer space in reverse is inner space. Inner space is wooded area. Oh, so someone is in a wooded area? Someone is in a wooded area. Someone is in a wooded area. Okay, so I just saw a body in a wooded area, and I don't know if that is going to be this person or someone that was unalived possibly by this person who's in a wooded area. We have inflation. Inflation. What does inflation mean? Someone, so body in a wooded area. Body in a wooded area. So someone's possibly dying in a wooded area, or they live in a wooded area. We have money in the reverse. Okay, so someone is going broke, or there's no more money in a wooded area. Oh, okay, so okay, I picked up on this energy before, and I don't know if this is just my brain doing the association thing, or if this is actually something, but there might have been money hidden in a wooden area at one point in time, and it's not there anymore. Or someone who has no money is living in a wooded area, like maybe they're living in a tent or something like that. And maybe this is going to be the person who is going to pass. And I just saw the hidden card in my head while I was saying that. So maybe this person is hiding out in the woods. Okay, we have deliberately just came out on the thing, so maybe they're deliberately hiding out in the woods. Okay, we have laughter in reverse. What did I say about that hyena in reverse energy? They're not laughing anymore. Maybe they were at one point in time, but they're not anymore. We have numbing, we have skirt, we have love bombing in reverse, we have jealousy in reverse, we have peace and out, thank you, next. Wow, okay, so someone is leaving a relationship. They don't want to be in this relationship anymore. They're not even like the other person could friggin' go and sleep with other people and they don't even give a shit. Like they don't care. And this person, again, because they feel codependent, because they feel chained to this relationship, they're numbing themselves out with all these alcohol and drugs because they don't feel like they can leave. But they want to fucking leave. They want to leave badly. They want to leave. And it's interesting because it says peace and out, thank you, next, leaving and not caring. But this person is holding on to a woman as if he's in love with her. So he might be interested in someone else. Okay? So this man might be staying with this woman because he has to. He feels chained to her somehow. But his heart is somewhere else and he wants out of the relationship. I just saw the words on the oh my God. Spirit box says, it is here. It is here. It is here. So something is, it is here. I don't know. We have caregiver and we have cult. Cult and caregiver. So someone is a caregiver, someone who is a caregiver is in a cult. And I don't know what this has to do with anything else. So maybe this person has like a parent or a grandparent or someone who took care of them growing up. I don't know. And this person is in a cult of some kind. I don't know what this energy has to do with anything else. What is this caregiver energy, spirit? You have arm, A-R-M, arm. Okay, so when I saw the word arm in my mind, I saw armed to the gills. So someone is armed. And we got the word zero, arm zero. We got fed up, over it, not having, and frustration. And then we have key player in the reverse. So someone over it, frustrated. So this caregiver is not a key player, and they're over it. They're not having it, and they're frustrated. And they're a member of this cult. So they're pissed off at this person. So this person's caregiver, who's a part of this cult, they're not a key player in the situation. So they're not a key player in what's happening, like with what they've done to this person over here. They're not really a key player in the whole situation, but they're pissed off at this person. They're fed up and they're over it. This person did something to frig up, just to mess up the situation. They're pissed off. They're pissed off with this person. Super frustrated. We have celebrity in reverse, and then we have party in reverse. So we have someone who is unknown and who doesn't party. Where does this energy go, Spirit? Does this go over here, Spirit? Yes, okay, that was quick. I thought so, but I wanted to make sure. Okay. So this person is someone who's fairly unknown, and they're not a big partier. We got the name Henry again. We got that name yesterday, too. Okay, so there's a female over here who's in the upright. She's not very well known, and she doesn't party a whole lot. Someone came and she, at one point in time, either had a relationship with someone or a situationship with someone. She left the situation. This person committed some sort of fraud that had something to do with money. Gee, I wonder what energy we're picking up on again. This person belongs to a cult along with their caregiver, and the caregiver and possibly even the cult are pissed off at him, and they're over it. He did something to mess something up. We have family in the reverse. So this person, this feminine's family, is also somehow involved in this situation. And so they have family, friends, and an ex who are all involved in this situation. That is fucked up. You'll have to excuse my French right now. I'm not really feeling very friendly towards these energies. My filter is pretty much gone today. We have runaway. Again, I feel like someone is either trying to run away, is going to run away, wants to run away, or it has run away and possibly living in a tent in the woods. Like they might actually literally run away and hide out in the woods in a tent somewhere. This person is broke, so whoever it is that doesn't have money, that's running away and hiding in a tent somewhere, they are broke, which, explains why they're hiding out in a tent. Maybe this person is homeless. Okay, so who is this person in the woods, Spirit? A crack. Okay, crack. Crack just came on the ghost box. I was literally just going to say... Okay. So the person in the woods is homeless, and they're there because of the fact that they're homeless because of the fact that they did a lot of drugs. That's way too many cards, Spirit. I'm not taking all that out. Okay, so they're there because they had a really bad habit, abuse and neglect. They were abusing drugs, possibly crack, and they were neglecting themselves. They probably spent all their money on drugs, and now they're living in the woods somehow. We have friendly. This person might be very friendly or might seem very friendly. I don't know what. Okay, who is this person in the woods, Spirit? Can we get some clarity on this person in the woods? Who is this person in the woods? Because I feel like this is a very different energy from this person over here. So what came to my head just now was friendly shyster. Which, interestingly enough, is the nickname given to my dad, apparently, by a whole bunch of people. I had no idea until I moved to that town, and then all of a sudden everybody comes, oh, he's your dad? Oh, I know who that is. I'm like, oh yeah, who? And they're like, oh, he's known around here as the friendly shyster. I'm like, what? Yeah. Anyhow, we have honeymooning, love on the brain, talking often, feeling all the feels. So I just asked who this person was. So maybe this is someone that is or was in love with you. Feminine. Love on the brain. This is someone who is in love with you or was in love with you. Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to take that out. Sorry. Interesting, because look at, they're in a tent in their living room, and there's a tree right beside them. Honeymooning. Feeling all the feels. So this person is in love with you, and then we just dropped child. So this might actually be an ex-husband or someone you had a kid with. Maybe they don't have a place to live. Maybe they're living in a tent right now in the woods. Maybe they're in love with you. They're feeling all the feels. We just got communication. Communication, this person might want to, that's too many cards, Spirit. This person might want to communicate with you. I don't feel good energy off this person though. I feel like there's... What does this person in the woods have to do with this whole situation, Spirit? What does this person have to do with everything? I mean, honestly, if they're in the woods because they're homeless and they're doing crack and stuff, they're really not a good person for you to be dating, just saying. They're not really ready to date. They need to get their shit together before they're ready to date anyone. We have suicide in the reverse. I just asked, what does this situation have to, what does this person have to do with the situation? We have suicide in the reverse. So they were supposed, so kill, we have kill, so they were supposed to kill you? Spirit, was this person supposed to kill this feminine? Wow, that was a very quick yes. Holy crap. Okay. So this person was sent in to kill you, but they fell in love instead? What the fuck? Maybe this person wants to have a child? I don't know. Chemistry, intense passion, things are heating up. This person had a lot of... You may have had a lot of chemistry with this person. So this might have been someone that you were already with, someone you dated, maybe someone you lived with at the time, or maybe someone you lived with, sorry, you might have had a child with this person, or maybe this person wanted to have a child with you, or wants to have a child with you. But this person was supposed to kill you. They were literally sent to you to kill you. That is fucking insane. Dating in reverse. Yeah, so you're not with this person anymore. So you used to date this person, but you're not anymore. This person is like, they are fiending over you. This person is thinking about you a lot. They are like, they are in love with you. Like, they're thinking about you a lot. They're reminiscing about you a lot. They're, like, this person wants to marry you and have babies and the whole fucking nine. Meanwhile, they're living in a tent in the woods and they were supposed to be killing you. What the fuck is wrong with people? Red flag. Yeah, red flag my ass. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I didn't mean to say my ass. I meant to say abso-fucking-lutely. Red flag, and then we have home. And home is in the reverse, just FYI. It's in the reverse. Oh, it doesn't look like it, does it? Well, oh, it says how. Yeah, it is. It's in the reverse. So this person does not have a home. This person, yeah. This person does not have a home, and that is why they're living in a fucking tent in the woods. And they are a huge red flag. Warning signs. Take heed. Risky situation. This person is unhinged right now. So yeah, if you have an ex who is living in a fucking tent right now, or they don't have a home, and you did live with them at one point in time, and you did date them, but you're not dating them anymore, if you resonate with this situation, stay the hell away from them, because they are not okay. They are not okay. We have accomplice in the reverse. So this person was supposed to... Okay, so what I just got in my head was this person is working with this person here. These two men were working together. And this man over here wanted this guy to unalive you. He was supposed to be an accomplice in crime. But he didn't, because he ended up falling in love with you instead. But now, I don't know what's going on. This guy's living in the fucking woods in a tent, and he's in love with you. And he's thinking about you constantly, but also he's red flagged. And it says, take heed, risky situation. So this guy is, I don't know if it's a risky situation because, you know, he's an addict and living in the woods, like all the obvious stuff, or if he's, like, risky because he's, like, becoming unhinged. You know what I mean? But he was supposed to be an accomplice to this guy over here. But he's not anymore. So this involves two exes. Two exes. Someone who had you in a third-party situation. The person that they're with now, they're in a codependent relationship with, that they don't want to be with anymore. And then you have someone else who you were with, who was supposed to come in and unalive you, and then they decided not to because they fell in love with you, and now for some reason they're homeless and living in the woods. This is fucked up. And then we have family and friends are also in on this, as well as a cult, and their caregiver who actually belongs to this cult as well. This person's gonna die. Like, what the? Okay. Okay, this is some... And all of this because of some money fraud situation. Gee, I wonder what that is all about. Doesn't matter what deck I pull out. I always get the same fucking energy, don't I? We just got blood here on the spirit box. Blood here. Does that mean my spirit family is here? My ancestors are here? Or does that mean like something else? Blood here. What does blood here mean, spirits? Northwest. 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 Someone lives in the northwest side of town, I guess, maybe, or someone's in the northwest part of the, I don't know, the continent, or the country, or the province, I don't fucking know, state, whatever. Okay. Someone is in regret. Well, I bet they are if they freaking were wanting to kill someone and then fell in love with them instead, and now they're in regret because of the fact that they were trying to work with these people to kill you. Yeah, I bet they are in regret. Karma's kicking their ass now. If they're living in the fucking woods, yeah, they're definitely in regret. Landfill in the reverse. Landfill in the reverse. What the fuck does that mean? So someone was not thrown in the garbage. Oh, I see. Maybe they were supposed to dispose of you, like, you know, cut you up to pieces and dispose of you in a landfill. But they didn't end up doing it. This is some fucked up shit right here. Dirty money on the bottom of the deck. Look at that. Oh, there's a big surprise. And we just flipped over a card. We got organized crime. Well, I mean, if they're in a family, that's part of a cult. And there's friends involved in it. And then there's this person over here hiring this guy to freaking come in and unalive you. And bleedy bleedy blah. Why does that not fucking surprise me? So yeah, there was a bunch of people in on this. That wasn't just one person. This wasn't just a salty ex who fucking wanted this done. Someone wanted this done. Like, this was an organized thing. This was like a bunch of people organizing together to steal something off of a feminine who definitely is a chosen one. They wanted her unalived over this money. They're doing spell work on her because, you know, cult energy and everything. So now she has to fucking cleanse her space all the time to keep herself protected from the spell work. So not only are they doing spell work, but they're also stealing from her and trying to have her killed. This is fucking ridiculous. This whole group of people, all after this one fucking person, and she's still alive. Doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't that tell you something? There's a huge fucking group of people who belong to a cult, okay? Who have all been getting together in order to unalive this person and steal her money, and she's still fucking here. Doesn't that tell you something? Use your fucking brains. I'm sorry. It's so annoying because I keep getting the same energy over and over and over. She's still here. You've done spell work. You've sent criminals to her. You've done, you know, surveillance. So we have the gang stalking thing here. You've had friends. You've had family. You've had partners trying to screw her over. You've caused her trauma in her life. You've done all of these things to this person, and she's still here. And she's in a fucking good-ass energy. She's gone through an awakening and everything. Despite all the crap that you've thrown at her, she's still here. Doesn't that tell you something? Don't you think that maybe, just maybe, she's protected really fucking well, and that maybe, just maybe, messing with her is going to totally screw your life up and the lives of everyone else involved? Doesn't that tell you something? Use your freaking heads. Like, it just... I bet you any money this guy's like, I don't understand why I'm out of money. Why did I go broke? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? You agreed to try and unalive someone who was chosen. That's what happened. This person's stuck in a relationship he doesn't want to be in. I don't understand why my life's going so shitty. Why do you think? Why do you think? You think it's because you were doing the right thing? Because you think it was because you were making good choices? Is that why you think that your life is going shitty right now and you're in a relationship that you're fucking miserable in? Is that why you think you're going to pass away? Do you think it's because you did right in your life? Do you think because you made good choices? Or do you think maybe it's because you tried to unalive a fucking chosen one, you fucking ninny? Like, I'm trying so hard not to be judgmental, but it is really hard when you are dealing with people who just do not think. Like, softly, I know, I'm trying. Spirit is saying, you're supposed to be giving the message out softly. Say these things softly. I don't know how to say these things softly. I'm trying so hard. And I'm just getting so frustrated because these people are so stupid and they're making such stupid mistakes. All of these people are going to pay a hefty price for going after this woman. All of them. Every single one of them. STD. STD. Yep. That's where that bareback fucking card. Every time I see that bareback card, that's immediately what comes to my head. Is they're bringing up the fact that he does things bareback for a reason. Why? STD. That's exactly where my head goes every time I see that card. I should just write it on the fucking card. Because every time I get it, that's exactly what I end up pulling. STD. These people are all going to pay a very hefty price for going after this feminine. Very, very hefty price. And this was a very stupid move. And I don't understand why they didn't pick up on that after trying the first couple of times. After you've done spell work on someone a couple of times and it doesn't fucking work, don't you think that maybe that would be their first fucking clue? Hey, this isn't working. Well, if it's not going to her, where is it going? Energy doesn't die. Where do you think that energy is coming if it's not going to her? Maybe you did spell work on her in the past, and maybe it worked. Maybe she wasn't awoken yet. But the first time you did a spell and it didn't work, didn't you think, curious? You know, first time, I can see you, the first time you're like, oh, maybe it was just a fluke. Second time you did it and it didn't work. The third time you did it and it didn't work. You kept going? You decided, oh, maybe we should unalive this person, maybe we should just send someone in to physically do it, because clearly doing the spell work isn't going to work? It didn't occur to you at that time that maybe this was a very protected person? Maybe screwing with someone who's the spell work isn't working on is a stupid idea? You guys have no sense of self-preservation whatsoever, do you? Unbelievable. God. This person is protected by God, and you guys clearly don't get it. And you clearly aren't thinking. These people are not smart. If they were smart, they would have figured it out after the first couple of tries. They would have been like, okay, this used to work, no problem. It's not working anymore. I think this person may have had an awakening. What the hell's going on? Maybe we should figure out who this person is before we do anything further. Maybe we shouldn't do this. I mean, if it's not working on this person, what the hell? What's going on? Who is this person? Find out. Do some research. Think about this shit. Don't fucking just... You're so... It blows my mind. Especially because all of it is over money. How stupid is that? You can't take it with you when you pass. And just because you have money doesn't mean you're happy, man. It doesn't mean you're happy. Do you know how many freaking celebrities I see on TV all the time, and their auras are like gray and black and brown and just really, really dull? Why? Because they're fucking miserable. And they've got all the money in the world, but they're miserable. You know why? They can't trust anyone in their life. They don't know who they have in their life that they can rely on. They don't know who they can trust, who is in their life because they genuinely care about them, or just in their life to get something from them. They don't have genuine friendships or relationships. Everything is, it's schmoozing. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to this party with all these people who's smiling at my face, and then would be the first person to throw a fucking knife in your back. Because they don't care. They just want what they can get out of you. Right? That's the problem when you have a lot of money, is you don't know who in the hell is in your life is there because they genuinely want to be there, or who is in your life because they want to use you for your money. Money doesn't buy happiness, people. Okay? If it did, I probably would have taken the first invitation I got to the fucking Illuminati. They did contact me and actually tried to have me sign a contract, even sent me the contract. Ended up having a very polite debate with the guy where I told him I felt like it was not a good choice for me, and I explained to him why. and that I felt like his organization was, I'm not going to say nasty words, but let's just say I didn't use nasty words either. I literally just gave him, I don't like things. You say you're of the light, but everything that you do is hidden. I don't feel like that's light. I feel like that's shadow. Pretending it's light. You know what I mean? And I said, and everything that is hidden will be brought out into the light eventually anyways. So why would I want to be a part of that organization? Anyhow, look at that. Believe her. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. You better believe me, because I'm telling you right now, I don't know how many friggin' times I've warned people in my life. I've literally told them, look, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. I told an ex, I said, if these people in your life right now, these are your worst 3 enemies. I said, this person, and this person, and they didn't listen to me, and now I know that they know that I was right. I told them, if you stay with this person, you're going to end up stuck, and you're going to be miserable. And look at where they are now. They're stuck, and they're miserable. I warned this person about 3 or 4 years ago, you're going to get an STD. If you stay with this person, you keep living the life you're living, you're going to end up with an incurable STD. And I'm telling you, I've warned these people of so many things. So many things. And no one listened to me. They all laughed at me, as a matter of fact. Thought it was a fucking joke. Not laughing anymore, are you guys? The name Alex just came through on the spirit box. I had a reading about this actually the other day, and it literally named their names, and I took it down because I am not from a small town, but these people all live in a small town, and everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows exactly who that was that came up. Despite the fact that last names were not used, it doesn't matter. Everyone in the town knows exactly who those people are that came out in the read, because the read, it named names. And literally said, blank has AIDS. That was literally what came out on the spirit box. And at first I posted it because, the messages are the messages. But I just felt like that might have been really mean to out them online like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And even though I know they've done absolutely horrific things to me, and they have done horrific things to me, I identify with this energy right here very, very well. As a matter of fact, I heard this person here, literally, they were spying on me. They used to spy on me all the time. They used to gang stalk me, actually, and they were very bad at it, though, because they're all alcoholics. Everyone who was doing it was an alcoholic or a drug addict. And they were terrible at it. I mean, so obvious, really obvious. It's to the point where I think they may have wanted me to know they were doing it. But this one in particular was really terrible at it, and I don't think he wanted me to know because he was trying to be quiet. But this guy has one of those voices that, especially when he's drunk, it can bend steel. He's just loud, okay? And it is a very recognizable voice. And he was standing on the other side of the fence, and he was spying on me. I actually saw him at one point in time, so I know it was him for sure. And he started talking to someone else who was it was in a shadow. I couldn't see the other person. I couldn't even hear them. But I did see him at one point in time, and I heard him say, I don't know, just hit her in the head with a rock, get rid of her. We had just started lining our garden with rocks, so there was piles of rocks all over the yard. So this person wanted me unalived, okay? This person was someone that I truly cared about, and I warned them. I warned them. Even after I heard them say that, I still warned them. And they didn't listen. And now Spirit has told me that they're going to pay the price. And there's nothing I can do. I did everything I could to help that person, I did everything I could to save that person. I did everything I could to warn that person. And they made the choices they made. And now they have to live with it. And there's nothing I could do about it. So, it is what it is. That's all, like, you know, there's only so much that you can do. At the end of the day, you have to realize you can't save everybody. You just can't save everybody. You could try, but you can't do it. You really just have to learn to put yourself first and just, you know, keep your nose down, keep your, you know, keep moving forward, and, you know, what will be will be. There's nothing you can do to change other people unless they literally want to change. And they have to want it first. They can't, like this person over here, this energy over here that I identify with, this person would say to me, I'll get sober if you get back together with me, kind of thing, right? Well, if we're getting back together, I'll get sober. He was sober when we were together, but then started using again, and so we ended up breaking up that, and he was cheating. And, excuse me. And, again, I would say to him, like, if the only reason you're getting sober is because we're getting back together, then there's no point. Because the second you get pissed off at me, you're going to start using again. Right? Like, you can't quit something for someone else. You can't do it for someone else. You have to do it for you. And if you're not doing it for yourself, then it's just not going to stick. Especially when it comes to addiction. You have to do it for yourself. If you're not doing it for yourself, it's not going to stick. So there's no point. And it's really sad, too, because he was a good person with a good heart. Or at least that was the person he presented to me. When I was in a relationship with this person, he was very, very sweet. Very sweet, very kind, very loving. A wonderful, wonderful boyfriend. Right up until the end when he started using. And then he became a nasty person. But it was the drugs that had done that. So, what are you going to do, right? Anyways, I have waxed poetic for so long now. I am so sorry, guys. I hope that this has helped you guys. I hope that this has cleared things up for you. I don't know if this is... I don't know if I'm ever going to pick up on anything different ever again, because I swear to God, my readings are almost always exactly the same. This one was a little different, but it's still pretty much the same, right? Fraud, money, theft, cult, family, friends, unaliving, gonna die, STD, going broke, shampoo, rinse, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, again, I hope that this helped. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel out, and I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.